Dear friends, welcome. My name is Alexey Ognev. I'm the CEO of the DigiU ecosystem. Today we have another webinar, and we will discuss several topics quite dynamically. I will keep it brief, covering our upcoming plans, the conclusion of our share sales, the extra round, and what awaits us in August and September. We will focus on key events and news within our ecosystem. We will dive into everything dynamically, because time is particularly short in August. August is always a quieter time in the markets and business activities. Yet at DigiU, we use this time to regroup, discard what is unnecessary, gather what is needed, and enter the new fall-winter business season fully prepared for any twists. Traditionally, in August, we attend various international exhibitions. Last year, we were at Money Expo in Mumbai, which was very successful. We plan to go again this year. I will share more details about our goals and tasks for this later. We make maximum use of each end of July and August. Therefore, our team works tirelessly, often over weekends, to come into the fall-winter season, which is traditionally more active in business, as prepared as possible. In these 4.5 years, as you may understand, we have much to show our audience this season. July marked an unplanned event, extra round. It started mid-July and ran smoothly till the end of the month. We allocated 10 million shares, which is a significant amount, though not in proportion to all sales over 4.5 years. As the closing date approached, naturally, activity increased. And I'm proud to say that everyone who wanted had enough time to acquire their first package, restore their installments, and make decisions. About 744 people became new investors during this period. It's important to note that this includes maximum $10 packages that we introduced as part of an achievements and tasks block. This became the most visited page in personal accounts, significantly expanding our audience in terms of registered users, task completion, and the benefits brought to the ecosystem. The number of these new investors, thanks largely to a well-conducted marketing campaign, was given a clear, trendy tool, bringing benefits, earning rewards, and the opportunity to make a very small $10 investment. It's important to note that we have fully completed the sales. The restoration of installments from August 1st is not possible. That is, if you ever had installments cancelled and other such issues, unfortunately, there is no longer any chance of restoration. Plus, we conducted the fourth snapshot. In August, several important key dates await us, which we have previously discussed. Which dates are these? First, I think by the time you watch this webinar, you will either be observing the shareholder registry in your personal accounts, or it is being prepared for posting, and you know its date. What is worth noting, the registry contains all accounts that are registered and have any number of shares within the DigiU ecosystem. Thus, this registry should be properly understood. We initially called it a preliminary shareholder registry. What does this mean? It means that users listed need to undergo KYC, but it doesn't mean that there is a final date by which you need to complete KYC. No, it means that ideally, as soon as you register, you should apply for KYC. After that, you will enter the shareholder registry and will be fully able to manage the securities of the DigiU ecosystem. That means in this registry, you see which part of users have passed KYC and also information about being included in the first, second, and third snapshots. This is necessary for understanding whether you are included or not, whether you participate in recalculations or not. Also, in this registry, you see IDs. You can find yourself, your friends, and relatives by ID. Naturally, we don't publish personal information. Emails, names, surnames, none of this will be published because it's valuable personal information. But if you own a personal account, you can look up all the necessary information in this preliminary shareholder registry that might interest you. It also contains information about the number of shares in installments. The registry is updated regularly, approximately once a day. Accordingly, if you make a payment, the next day you will see in this registry that the number of shares in installment has decreased. What else is important to understand? Naturally, we track things like the registration of fake accounts. When a person creates multi-accounts to obtain a large number of bonus shares. How do we treat this? Just as any other project would treat fake accounts. First, we see them, immediately fix them in some way. We give the person a chance to provide us with any information that will help us verify that these accounts will belong to people over time. These people will undergo KYC and so on. If this doesn't happen, they will be eliminated. No hard feelings. Therefore, everyone will be given the opportunity to confirm accounts. Naturally, we will consider some individual situations in an individual mode. I have already said this, so don't worry. We always fully understand the situation and study it. For example, someone registered their account for a child, and first, they need to reach the age of 18. So this will be considered individually. Also, the personal account functionality will expand in terms of such situations. As I have already answered somewhere in the chats, we will soon gather typical cases during August, perhaps in September, and some algorithm of actions will be offered to the audience. For example, if you have a case with a child, you will need to provide some information. In general, we track such typical situations. And we will offer so that first, you don't worry, and we understand that these accounts are real. And they will undergo the KYC procedure at some point when we need it. Accruals will pass until August 15 inclusive. And this is also a very important topic for the ecosystem, because in parallel, burning processes are taking place. But, as we said in the webinar in May, we are bringing the ecosystem to a state where our crowd investing part owns 10% of the shares, as we intended by the concept. Therefore, we will burn some shares, redistribute, and leave some for reserve, because we see many options for the development of events, and leave the possibility for some time, some space for movement, while we prepare all the necessary groundwork for the company's reorganization. I said at the last webinar that there are at least not one, not two, but about 5 reorganization options we see. And when we are left with one or two options, I think we will present them to the audience. Maybe we will offer someone to vote. For example, people with large packages. Maybe we will look at it in some other way. Maybe we will make a decision based on the most advantages for the ecosystem. Actually, expect information. We will talk about it already in September, closer to winter, when everything will be prepared for this. There are actually many options. I spoke about it in more detail at the last webinar. Be sure to watch. You can ask some questions. Be sure to watch the webinar from May 10 to have a full picture, where we talked in detail on Bali about all the key parts of the ecosystem. We talked about the products that are currently launched and developing. We talked about the venture fund, the technological part of the ecosystem, blockchain and artificial intelligence labs, some areas of activity. Overall, be sure to watch. So, on August 15, we have an accrual. Before that moment, we will publish the recalculation table. We will publish a preliminary shareholder registry, so that everyone has the opportunity to study and find answers to the questions that you may have. And accordingly, until August 15, inclusive, we will conduct all these recalculations. What is worth noting and talking about? First, $10 packages. As we stated, if you bought it and only it is with you, well, in principle, the $10 package will not participate in this recalculation. And it doesn't fall into the snapshot. That is, this is what was activated specifically for registrations, so that people had the opportunity to receive some number of shares, get into DropX. And on August 5, I am pleased to announce that we conducted DropX. About 5,000 people participated, performed tasks. What else is worth noting? People who performed tasks with a $10 package, tasks for investors, tasks for partners, they actually received secret boxes. And these boxes were credited. And therefore, valuable prizes await you in them. AVA NFTs, tokens of the new Apato property, and also shares. Also, there are vouchers for future WebWise Pad NFTs, our launchpad. That is, such prices are quite interesting, new for our audience and valuable. Therefore, it is worth noting that the date of opening these secret boxes will be published. It will definitely be before August 15. And you can also click in the personal account, and some of the prizes will be awarded to the owners of these boxes. Therefore, wait for the dates. In the chats, I saw questions about the following. Here I got points in the capitalist game, so-called bucks, in DropX. And the question is, how do I link them to the game? The functionality will appear in the personal account. There, you will enter your ID or a Telegram account to which the game is linked, and you will then transfer these points there. It is worth noting that Capitalist is actively developing. The game is evolving. The alpha version was, like any alpha version, with some bugs, with some errors, and the beta version is coming out now. I think we will coincide the transfer of these points with the beta release. What else I want to say? The first half of August is packed with key dates we've long anticipated. My goal today is to remind you of them. What's also important to discuss? Regarding the allocation of shares, after the recalculation, we see two groups, those fully purchased and those in installments. We have installment plans amounting to just over $3 million. What's important to note, we mentioned in our posts, and I even quoted myself, that the ecosystem is now focusing on two things regarding share sales: the payment of installments and engaging a new audience in the project. Let's clarify about the audience. In May, June and July, as we mentioned, about 12,000 people joined us in June, 4,000 in July, 1,000 in August so far, and several thousand in May. In total, about 20,000 people have joined, of which 5,000 became investors. This is a new audience. We understand that they haven't had years to immerse themselves in the project. Their decisions were likely impulsive, driven by the notion that it was now or never. This urgency tactic is commonly used when inviting people or selling something. Clearly, at the end of share sales, the message was to buy now or miss the chance forever. Naturally, these people didn't have opportunity to dive deep into the project. They likely made impulsive purchases without fully understanding. The ecosystem has a responsibility to onboard them, showing what opportunities exist. What does it mean to be a co-owner of the entire ecosystem? What are snapshots? What does it mean to receive project bonuses? And what are dividends? When is the next one? How many have there been already? There are many questions these new investors might have, which you might think are obvious, but they might not even know to ask. We receive these questions in chat and in technical support. I personally receive messages and respond understandingly. This course for August and September will continue developing through the end of the year. We will likely repeat webinars for newcomers to help them understand where they are and what they can do. The second, but equally important, focus is the payment of installments. We will fight for this. How? We will incentivize with snapshots, as we are accustomed to. This could be project snapshots. We've said many times that in August we'll have a payment snapshot. I will elaborate on this shortly. If you are making payments, with only installment payments remaining as new packages can be bought, we will obviously encourage this. For example, those making double payments should be rewarded. Triple payments should definitely be rewarded. Early closure of installments should certainly be rewarded. It's a business goal to ensure all installments are paid off by the end of the year. We aim for the maximum number of these installments to be closed by then. We will motivate and support this. It's also your responsibility as a reliable investor to meet your obligations because the company relies on this. We plan based on these payments, and we clearly understand that the faster the money comes into the company, the more advantages and effective options we will have. In this growing market, having a cash reserve is crucial. Moreover, the market is not always growing. We remember times when the market fell for several years. If you have the right cash reserve during such times, you can make incredible deals and significantly expand the ecosystem, increase capitalization, and strengthen the foundation. Many of you understand what I mean. Therefore, we are focused on maximizing installment payments and onboarding new audiences into the ecosystem. Why do I mention this in the context of share calculation? Obviously, we have shares that are fully purchased and shares in installments. We will act according to a principle applied in X11. Many have heard about it, but many have not. If you have an active installment, it will be recalculated if you are included in the snapshot. People still ask this in chats. To clarify, installments will be recalculated. The entire recalculated portion, say 1 million shares you receive, will be added to your final payment when you close your installment, visible in the schedule. You will see a note indicating this large share allocation. On fully purchased shares, you receive the recalculation immediately. The rest will be added with the final payment. This is a tool to stimulate installment payments. If you choose this payment method, the company's only safeguard is to allocate shares and bonuses at the moment of installment closure. The faster you close your installment, the better for us. And we will stimulate this by adding bonuses at the end. This is not a new tool. If you think I just invented it, no, it was applied in X11. Installments always work this way. Main portions plus bonuses are added to the last payment. The Apato snapshot will start in August. By the time you watch this webinar, as I record it on August 6, you might already know the snapshot conditions. Apato is launching the next real estate project with higher returns. It's a new product with extensive work done in terms of launching, selecting real estate, and opening opportunities. All is great. A certain number of tokens from this project will be included in the snapshot for those making installment payments. The Apato snapshot is one of the most popular activities. In the previous two snapshots, people received $2,000, $3,000, significant amounts just for closing installments. Later, trading on the secondary market. Some still hold these shares. Some sold some of them. Many are grateful for this. Expect the conditions in August. We will publish them, allowing you to receive shares for all August payments. Additionally, we will add deposits to this snapshot. Those opening deposits will also receive tokens. We are promoting not just shares, but overall liquidity, allowing all products to develop. It's mutually beneficial cooperation. Apato gains new users as we invite registrations. A separate contest will be held, I believe. We are developing and growing the client base for this product. You will learn how to buy with sales starting. This is a distinct product for a specific category of investors. You might be one, but regardless, keep an eye on the news. August will be packed with various pleasant marketing and bonus activities to ensure installments are paid. New audiences engage with products, find their place in the ecosystem, and receive their benefits. We are consistent and transparent. What else? The Mumbai exhibition on the 17th and the 18th of August will see us in the wonderful city of Mumbai, India. I will be a speaker, as will Alexander E. Our topics are quite interesting for both followers and newcomers to the project. Alexander will discuss trends and prospects in tokenized asset markets. And I will speak on the evolution of crypto lending with tokenized assets as collateral in banks. We continue to enhance our expertise in these areas, sharing our activities and industry directions at significant events. Last year, we received positive feedback from companies who listened to our presentations and visited our stand. This year, we will represent WebWise Capital, our venture fund, with a stand. We've prepared more professionally, learning from last year's experience. Our team has clear objectives for establishing contacts. We've seen great prospects in this exhibition. Our partners have been working in India for months, presenting investment opportunities to large investors. The fund is in the registration stage, establishing serious business contacts. Of course, additionally, we will discuss tokenized real estate. We will cover RWA bank ecosystems and RWA marketplace ecosystems and promote these projects. We'll talk about deposits, Apato, and maximize the event's benefits. We'll be there as a fund and ecosystem product promoters, focusing on future development and profits. We have plans to meet with interesting companies managing tokenized real estate. Last year, we met some major government bank-based structures, maintaining contact. Imagine a trust managing $2.5 billion in real estate, with just 1% tokenized. This would simplify attracting global investments, an idea we pitched last year and have been discussing. What does this offer them? It means they can attract investments easily, perhaps even without any effort, as it becomes accessible not just to specific people, but to individuals worldwide. We pitched this idea last year and have been in regular discussions about it. We will try to revisit this and see if the idea has taken root with them. We are talking about several large structures, and we have even more to showcase. We have many plans, so we'll spend about 5 to 6 days in India, a few days at the exhibition, and a few days for meetings. Therefore, if you are in India, please come and see us. Also, we are going to hold a separate meeting for the DigiU community. This is definite, not just possible. Follow our announcements. If you are in India, if you are a citizen of India, if you are in Mumbai or willing to come, we'd love to meet and chat with you. As always, that's what we do. Overall, these are our news and plans. We are working to engage our audience, ensure liquidity, conduct recalculations, and assist newcomers in understanding the ecosystem better. Active participants in the ecosystem. Welcome newcomers in the chats. Share your favorite webinars and posts. Explain your cases and how to participate in snapshots. People join and don't always understand, thinking it's only about crypto projects or just an investment project. welcome them, share your experiences, and show care and attention. I already see this happening in chats. Perhaps my call will encourage even more of you to do so. Write your questions during the broadcast. We always monitor chats on YouTube and Telegram. So send your questions. I will respond and welcome you. Thank you for today's meeting. All the best.